Alright, y'all. So, this video is going to be out of Wisconsin. It's going to be about a 14-year-old that not only kills a 10-year-old, but also sexually abuses her. Alright? So, obviously, I'm not going to put the girl's name out there. And the 14-year-old boy's name is not out there because of his age. Alright? So, the juvenile suspect is being identified only with his initial CTB. It was initially charged as an adult as he has pleaded not guilty. Preliminary hearings are held for prosecutors convinced the court they have enough evidence to go to trial. Defense attorney Michael Cohen did not immediately respond to message seeking comment in court. Thursday, he said he would be filing a reverse waiver. Records show the reverse waiver would ask the court to send a 14-year-old's homicide case to juvenile court. Lily vanished on the way home from her aunt's house on April 24th. She left on her bicycle headed for her father's house nearby. A suspect allegedly told police he lured her off the trail home and into the woods, then punched her in the stomach and beat her with a stick or club before strangling her. Then he allegedly sexually assaulted her body. He allegedly went home, changed his clothes, and then returned to conceal the body under some leaves. Search teams found her bite discarded in the woods, and then on April 25th, investigators discovered her remains nearby. Suspect was not a stranger. Matthew Kelm said during a news briefing, suspect who was known to the victim, we do not believe there was any danger to the community at this time. Juvenile suspect has been charged as an adult with intentional homicide and was being held on a $1 million bond. Protection of the community also is necessary in this case given his statements regarding his attention and his statements regarding that when he did get off the trail, he punched the victim in the stomach, knocked her to the ground, essentially strangled her, hit her with a stick for strangling her to the point of death, before he then sexually assaulted her. Alright. Suspect was being held in a juvenile detention facility. He appeared in court remotely. Now, charges that he's facing. Alright, intentional homicide first degree, sexual assault, and first-degree sexual assault with a child under age 13, resulting in great bodily harm. He could face life in prison if convicted on the top charge. In Wisconsin, homicide offense above the age of 10 years old can be tried in adult court. Next court appearance is scheduled for September 29th. Alright. So, a lot of people have been talking about this because of the ages involved in this. Alright. So, he is 14 years old. Now, at the age of 14, most 14-year-olds are not out doing this kind of stuff, alright? Now, at age 14, you know the difference between right and wrong, alright? So, obviously, you know what you did to this girl is wrong, alright? A 10-year-old knows that, 8-year-old knows that, a 6-year-old knows that. So, obviously, at age 14, you know that's wrong, obviously, alright? So, a lot of people say, he shouldn't go to, actual court. He should be tried in juvenile court. Now, me personally, I don't think that's the case, alright? You knew what you were doing when you killed this girl and sexually abused her, alright? So, me personally, you should go to court, alright? If you're going to do stuff like this, you can go to court and be in there with everybody else. That's just my personal opinion. And, some might say that that's wrong, that's too harsh, that's not right. But at the end of the day, like I said, you knew what you were doing. You want to go and do stuff like that? You go in there with everybody else. Simple as that, alright? You knew what you were doing. I have no compassion, no regard for that. You knew what you were doing. So hopefully they take it out of juvenile court. Alright, that's what I hope for. Alright? Again, stuff like this, I really have a hard time doing. And at the age of 14, to me, is just mind-blowing. At the age of 14, you would do something like that to a 10-year-old child. It's just crazy. But with everything going on in the world, it doesn't surprise me at all. But with that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, thank y'all for watching. And y'all stay safe out there. And also, keep this girl and her family in your thoughts and prayers.